completely
Yeah,
legitimate.
that kind of ended on a happier note for me, so I was okay with that.
Okay, well, that's good. Pardon my cough right here. I already mentioned I'm dog sitting. I'm allergic to dogs, so that's fantastic. So let me get one of these out of the way. My rage is against Dragonite, and part of my unfortunate hatred towards him is the fact that he's so cool. I mean, he turns into a freaking
It's actually
dragon.
pretty hot.
Ha!
Oh,
Ah!
wow.
He was one of those heroes that we forgot about when we were talking about that one update where it had like 3 fire heroes. It was Husker, Dragonite, and Jakiro.
Shakiro,
Jakiro!
our Spanish friend.
Spanish-Italian friend.
Yes.
Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So people like picking him up for some reason. And I just really, I don't understand why. Like, you look at his abilities. He has his Q, nice nuke. All right, I got that. AoE does a good amount of damage. You have his W, single target stun, pretty good duration. All right, I like that. And you go, okay, his E ability, it's some armor, it's some health regen, lets him stay in the lane and farm easily. All right, I'll bite. But then you get to that ultimate, and it's, let's turn him into a ranged hero. Why? And you think about it, if you pop the ulti and then you go to stun somebody, you're pretty much wasting your ulti. I mean, it lasts a really long time, but it's like, yeah, I can attack you from range, but I have to walk up to you to be useful.
No, I mean, I do dislike him a lot. I mean, the fact is, though, it really depends, I guess, how you build him and how you synergize with your team. I mean, like, for example, if I really dislike the people that max out his Dragon Tail, his stun first. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, maybe one of the worst moves in the game to level up. Quite possibly. Each rank adds, I believe, 25 damage and like 0.25 second stun.
Yeah.
Sorry about that noise. We all have our noises going off. Yeah, okay, it's Laundry J in the J house. But yeah, I mean, like, that just doesn't make sense. The first rank is like, what, 2 seconds already? Its whole purpose is not to do damage. It's to give you that CC. So,
yeah,
I mean, please, at least, if you're going to play him, level up to Breathe Fire, just please.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think it's really weird. Like, each of his abilities, they sound nice, and they, they're not, like, ridiculous spells that don't make any sense. Like, cast it and do 200 damage to yourself. Like, all right.
Centaur.
Yeah, pretty much. All those abilities sound good on paper, but it's like, okay, Q is not mana efficient at all, so you're just going to run yourself out of mana, and then you won't be able to stun, which is kind of, your utility and your strength hero. So utility is kind of one of the main reasons you pick those heroes. And then, of course, I think the big argument that you get from people, it's like, well, he can carry just fine. It's like, okay, yeah, you build Armlet, you build...
Crystal Man can go middle. What's your point?
Yeah, exactly. It is like that. My answer to that is, all right, why not just do that on Sven, who is actually a hero who winds up getting played sort of supporty and kind of a babysit role to range carries. But you think about it, he actually does a lot of what Dragonite does, except a lot better. His ultimate makes him do significantly more damage, which is significantly more interesting and more viable than Dragonite's ultimate. He gives himself armor with his E ability, the War Cry, and he also gives it to his allies, which also gives him movement speed. He has a stun that's not melee, it's ranged, and it can stun multiple people, albeit not as long. So the one thing I think that you could make the argument, it's like, oh, well, Dragonite's a good pusher.
No.
And that's it. Well, I mean, the ultimate does AoE damage when you pop it, and it lasts a long time. And, the Q is AoE. So, I mean, that's really the only thing that I see Sven being inferior to him. And, kind of the unfortunate thing about Sven is the cleave is kind of ridiculous. Like, you just don't put points into it, like, ever. I would, like, almost consider, like, not even just spending those last 4 points. I mean, you would, because why not? But it's just, like, that's definitely the last thing you level. So,
Did you say
that's...
the cleave?
Yes,
okay,
the cleave.
Good.
The last thing levels out ultimate. I mean, double damage. Who needs that?
No, not me.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can make him a tank, sure, or you can make him a carry, sure, but why not do that on Sven or even Skelly King, who I think is a lot more of a utility hero than DK. And you think about it, I think of like ints and agility as kind of different ends of a spectrum. from being utility heroes for the ints for the most part, to being just straight up damage for most of the agilities. And strengths of those heroes was like, yeah, we can carry, but we also have really useful spells that help out our team, and helps seal in some of those kills that we're trying to get.
Very true.
Yes, fact. There are some outliers, like obviously like Vengeful Spirits, pretty much
Who carries all day?
hero. Well, yeah, it's like that's when those heroes are like really agility, like Venomancer too, kind of. You're just like, you'd probably be better served as.
I go mana style on that guy. I keep telling you.
Yeah, I know. Go the B-Fly.
I also go like 2 and 10.
Well, that's what every good Venomancer goes, pretty much.
True.
So
that's true.
That's called doing your job.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, I think that's about it. We got accomplished everything we wanted to in this nice little cast. We also got some rage out. We're going to be much more relaxed going into the rest.
Until next week when we have something new to rage about.
There you go. We're going to come up with some
about
other
Gondars in every game.
Yeah, pretty much. If you guys have any comments, critiques, if any of you legitimately think Dragonite is a viable hero over other heroes, please send me an email and convince me, because I'm one of those people where I just like the superior argument. I don't need to be right, So I just, if I miss something completely, please fill me in. I love to have a good reason to play Dragonite, because he is awesome, because he turns into a dragon, and that's freaking awesome.
Or if you have your own Brorage that you want to just get out off your chest, throw it in an email. Yep. Maybe we'll highlight you in the next one. Who knows? Or topics for...
you can email us literally about just about anything.
Almost.
Like, tell us about your day.
Well...
I forget the... Dear Abby, is that what those columns were called? Where it's like, if you have random questions...
Are you from
about life.
1975?
Apparently. What's a newspaper anyway? I don't even know. Yeah, if you have anything you want to talk to us about, please send us emails. We appreciate them very much. We actually got a couple this past week. Thank you to those people. If you would like to, give us any other ideas but not send emails, please leave us comments. Happy solstice, everybody, and the holidays that are associated with those. Happy end of semester to any other college students out there. Justin's stupid, and he has like the whole,
My name's Jay. Wow. Dropping real life names. Now,
yeah,
the stalkers are coming. That's great.
You're not even a bro anymore in that situation. You're Justin.
I have 2 syllables now. That's great.
Yes. You're not cool enough to be in this little underground cult video game.
Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We'll love you forever. Handies may or may not be rewarded for such things. Just gonna throw that out there. Anyway, thanks guys. Please tune in to our next Bro Chat, which is gonna probably be about the competitive games from the International all the way up to BenQ, mostly focusing on Na'Vi, what they did to become kind of the team, what they did to kind of lose to the retry, and what the retry did to beat them, and then kind of current things about the retry and their shenanigans in the BenQ tournament. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We love you. Join us next time.